Voltaire.
I'm Albert Dürer.
I'm Thomas Cole.
I'm Jonathan Swift.
This is Beethoven. Little hard of hearing, we will adapt later on the show. Welcome to our talk show!
It's the Voltaire Show!
And we are back with the one and only Ludwig van Beethoven. He is hard of hearing, so we're going to adapt to this by I ask him a question, I show him the question, he writes back to me. So, Ludwig, for my first question, what do you consider your greatest musical masterpiece? Ludwig says, writes himself, the Fifth Symphony. Excellent. Great piece, great piece. Who are your greatest influences? Couldn't have said it myself. Mozart it is. You can definitely see the transition between the two composers. Aside from being deaf, what is your biggest musical challenge? Getting all the musicians together. Very similar concept today, I think. I think it's a timeless theme. What do you think is wrong with modern music? Everything. Okay, we're gonna skip that little trigger question right there. Thank you, sir. Excellent. Welcome back, ladies and germs. I'm here with Albert Dürer, one of the most renowned artists in the history of his country. How are you, sir?
I'm great, thank you. I'm beyond honored to be included in this program today.
With all your accomplishments, your appearance here is certainly well-deserved. I have to let you know, though, if you didn't already realize that your artwork received some free press courtesy of an appearance on the American show Pawn Stars.
Yeah, I have heard about that. And the piece Night, Death, and the Devil is one of my all-time favorites. I always liked it because of the way it truly depicted my feelings of man. Also, a benefit to etching artwork is that it can be copied over and over and over again to be preserved for thousands of years.
You know, it really does also go to show you that you never know what's going to walk through those doors, am I right?
Indeed it does. I ran into a contemporary of yours the other day.
Really? Who?
Mr. John Milton. It was one of the first time I've seen him since he commissioned me to illustrate Paradise Lost. That was one of the most fun and immersive projects of my artistic career. I always enjoyed immersing myself in my work. The most important part of that project was for me, mastering the art of capturing motion in art. The art community at the time was extremely close to accomplishing this, and I feel that I had a real breakthrough with it. I also appreciated how work was able to help the illiterate among us understand and appreciate one of the great literary works of all time. All of these things further contributed to the ambition that sustained me throughout my career.
Very well said, sir. Very well said. Du bist eine Frau. I have a couple questions for you now. What was your favorite etching you created in your career?
Oh, that would no doubt be my rhinoceros. I loved making how from the description I had to make it myself. And that I was pretty close.
I like it. Very good. Very cultured, too. Do you agree that you are the father of mass-produced art?
Why, yes, I do. Before me, no one else had ever created art the way I did. I was able to make it on the print, and it was mass-produced everywhere.
The print really did revolutionize your art as a whole.
See?
Can you please describe the influence you have had on modern comic book artists such as Stan Lee?
Yeah. Okay, so, Mr. Stan Lee, good buddy of mine. I inspired him very much. So what happened was he creates very, very artistic and bright comic books, and a lot of them look just like mine, especially Death and the Devil, because Stan Lee uses the printing press just like I did, and he mass produces his colorful and very vibrant, that catch the eye art pieces. And also like my Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse piece, he creates all these figures coming in and rushing into battle, just like his Avengers and Fantastic Four comic books.
Now, if you had to pick one piece to define your art career, what would it be and why?
Yes, well, I think... I believe that the piece that defined my career was Night, Death, and the Devil. The way that it captured the moment of the night walking through and the devil creeping up behind him and death right on his footsteps really captured it and really brings those who cannot read the feeling that death is always watching.
Wow. Very, very deep. Very inspirational, sir. Thank you so much. You are a pleasure to be on the show.
Wunderbar!
Now up next, we're going to talk with a little man named Jonathan Swift. See you next time. And welcome to the show, Mr. Jonathan Swift. Welcome back to the Meetings of the Minds. I'm joined by Jonathan Swift, the great satirical writer of his day. He wrote things such as Gulliver's Travels and A Modest Proposal. It's great to have you here, John.
Thanks, Voltaire. It's my pleasure.
So, let's get the lowdown on A Modest Proposal, shall we? It's one of the most radical works of the past 1,000 years, and it really showed the world, aside of you, Mr. Swift, that they never knew about. What do you feel that came out of the controversy surrounding that piece?
First of all, I'm honored to be here representing satirical writing. But seriously, I think it's a great question. First, I think the longevity of my humor is by far the greatest benefit of its controversy. I see more satire nowadays than ever before, and programs like South Park, The Eric Andre Show, and Family Guy have taken it to a whole nother level in terms of said controversy. A lot of television shows and video games are also adapting to the epic adventure story, like Candide.
So now I have a couple questions for you, Mr. Swift. That was a very good response. A little random, but we're going to get down and dirty with you. There were rumors you got married in 1716. Is this true?
Snitches get stitches.
Amen, sister. What did you see in Esther, your wife? She was 15. I'm Chris Hansen. Welcome to Dateline NBC.
Never catch me alive!
What's it like living with many years disease?
What?
Many years disease.
What?
The disease you have.
I feel a little nauseous. Oh.
Next question.
Okay.
Can you please explain existentialism and why it directly affects your work?
Okay, well, existentialism is the whole philosophy that I don't really care what other people are thinking of me when I'm writing. Obviously, writing something as controversial as, say, The Modest Proposal, where we're talking about literally eating children, I'm not going to care about what other people are going to think. Obviously, I'm going to do my own thing. So it's the whole point of existentialism. Just me, audience, are they going to like it? They're going to like it. Obviously, they have. I mean...
It's you living your life and you expressing it the way you see fit.
Exactly.
Okay. I guess it is true that we both impacted the world of satirical writing in great ways.
Well, I feel my contributions...
We'll be right back.
Take 3. We're gonna go see if these guys will answer. Excuse me. How do you feel about the state of Ireland as of right now? If you aren't caught up with current events, that's completely
state of Ireland.
Yeah,
as in the
Ireland
country?
in general. Yeah. No, the state of the being of Ireland right now.
What do I feel about the being of Ireland?
Yeah, how's Ireland right now in your opinion?
It's fair.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you said you're familiar with Jonathan Swift, do you know his Modest Proposal?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Well, Jonathan Swift was commenting on the growing poverty rate in Ireland, and a lot of children, they're growing up on the streets. Their mother's barely able to, pay to give them food and clothing that they need.
Yeah.
And we're starting to see a rise in that again today, with more growing poverty in Ireland. So we just want to see, countering, pros and cons of certain ideas and ideologies to try to fix this.
Okay.
So, what do you think would be a good idea to help Ireland in these trying times?
What would be a good idea to help Ireland?
Yeah, in these trying times.
Regarding the fact that they have no money for food.
A lot of people are growing up in the streets.
People in poverty.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't really thought about it because we have enough of that right in our own country.
That's
right.
I'm sure you've heard that before.
Great Irish famine in the 1800s.
I don't know what that was.
It's not that bad, but it's getting there.
Well, I mean, I would suggest that whoever runs the government in Ireland do a better job of spending the people's money.
Better job of taxpayers.
So if they can cut out certain programs that are ineffective, maybe they can stimulate some job growth.
Cutting programs. Okay. Stimulate job growth. That's awesome. You have anything else, or?
No.
Those are great ideas. Jonathan Swift, in his modest proposal, which he labeled it, he said in Ireland that we should take the kids who are impoverished and stuff like that and sell them for money so they could be, eaten and, used for clothing and stuff like that. So how do you feel about
Sell
this?
the children
Yeah, you
for
take
money?
so the parents who birth the children.
Is this candid camera? Somebody suggested
Yeah.
that people eat the children?
Yeah. What do you think that's a valid solution to take the children?
Of course.
No. So you wouldn't sign a petition to send to Ireland to start,
To suggest that people eat children?
Yes.
No, I
You
would
wouldn't
not.
sign
I
it?
would not sign. Did you actually get people to sign a
Yeah, I got
petition?
3 people: Matthew Seeker, Roy Reyes, and Michael Geller. How crazy
Maybe a
people
toe
are.
for like a little appetizer or something.
Are we off camera now?
Welcome back, my friends and colleagues. I'm here with the one and only Thomas Cole, who came all the way from the Hudson River to be with us. Ugh. How are you, sir?
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Good.
Now, I've been hearing rumors. Is it true that the Hudson River now has a big, lumbering, monstrous piece of steel called the George Washington Bridge over it?
There is. Which, actually, you might want to paint. Maybe consideration?
Oh, I don't know about that.
Oh,
See, I like to paint nature, untouched by
Oh.
humanity.
My apologies.
It's a disgrace that they would even consider putting that over my beautiful Hudson River.
I'm
You don't
sorry.
understand. I named my school after it, you see.
Really? Which school is that again?
The Hudson River School.
Say no more, sir.
Who would've
Well, I
never guessed
think
that?
what they're trying to say is, why look at nature itself when you can look at the oxbow? Am I right?
Of course. Well, I can't argue with you on that one. That's always been my favorite work, simply because of how many little details I like to put in it. I actually painted myself in the painting of the painting.
Paintingception, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Now that took some skill, of course, but on a serious note, I think that it's best not just because of the great little details, but because of the fact that it represents new things to everyone who looks at it. This weary painting, sitting on an unstable surface on the storm walls, it can be a cautionary tale of a lot of folks. But there's also another way to look at it. As if the storm just passed, this painter's sitting, having weathered the storm, and now it's poised to paint his masterpiece, as I like to say it. I think any art can polarize human feelings like that is truly great. Way better than some stupid river, if you ask me.
You seem very depressed, but you know what? Let's re-energize you with some questions. You can play with your little Gumby figurine that I had him just for you. I know you like Gumby.
Yeah, of course I do.
So, Mr. Thomas Cole, how do you see the world?
I see the world in 2 colors. There's green, and pink, and there's black.
Very, very insightful. And you really do see the depth in your paintings, right?
Of course.
Why is nature so prevalent in everything you paint? Every single painting, sir, if I can be frank, every single painting is purely based on that. And your Hudson River School,
That's right.
nature, the
See,
river.
I try to include as little people as possible into my paintings, except for myself in that one painting. But I like to capture the true beauty of nature, and just by the raw, not touched by man, not influenced by just anything that has to do with us, but what nature itself can what? I don't even know.
Can prove to us, because since you, I mean, am I right or wrong? You were the only one in that one single painting. That kind of shows you're quiet, you're an introvert,
Yes.
which is fine.
Helps me concentrate, yeah.
Very good. When do you feel most inspired to paint?
When do I feel most inspired to paint? Right after a storm. As seen in the Oxbow,
Ah,
yeah. Half of it hasn't been touched by the storm yet, but the other half has already been ravaged. Now, after a storm, it really gives this eerie feeling that something is either about to happen or has already happened. And it shows you on one side how peaceful and serene it is, but on the other side, just how nature can treat itself sometimes, just like we treat ourselves.
and last question before you go paint another storm, you storm chaser.
Thank you.
Who are your greatest influences?
If I were to look back the past 500 or 600 years, I'd have to say probably Da Vinci.
Okay, very good. Both iconic painters of your time.
Yes, we have a lot in common.
Well, Mr. Thomas Cole, thank you so much. I will see you in the galleries.
Hopefully.
And I will see you next time, America. He doesn't.
Get shot.
We're part of the Irish Saving Ireland subcommittee here in the town. I think if you can answer a few questions.